A Light Within Darkness Chapter 85, Fan Fiction by Azazyel. Was this a fresh new Chaos Space Marine? Is someone on a pilgrimage? So many questions I had for this Blood Angel Pysker, but my thoughts were shut off as the simpering demons brought food and drink to us with welcoming smiles. In truth, I myself wonder as to who you are. Being neither the taint of chaos nor the madness so apparent in a powerful Pysker, I wonder as to what begotten creature you are spawned of. The librarian spoke, making my eyes twitch at the off-handed insult. But seeing him be rude with his first words, I decided to fuck with him. Well, look at my light blonde hair. Lack of stupid pipes going into my head and other surgical implements to allow me to control my power. I am Jakuz, son of my honored father Gilliman and his lover and wife, who saved him from chaos and death, Ivrain, who is helping humanity using the power of the god of death Iniad to safeguard human souls with the Emperor's light. To say nothing about the librarian. But even the fucking demons looked at me in utter wonder at the complete bullshit I spat out with zero hesitation. So, who are you? I asked the stunned librarian, who, without another word, stabbed at me with his lightning-coated spear, which crackled with so much power that the crimson lightning shattered space and the souls of the demons around us into nothingness. I formed my wings of young flames, and my eyes widened as, although the lightning was stopped slightly, his spear pierced through the young flames construct without any issue, making me thank my relative shortness compared to the fucking massive Primaris Marine as I ducked under the spear thrust that sought to pierce through my entire head. Well, fuck you too, I said with honest cheer as I hadn't had a good fight for a while, so I welcomed the next sweeping blow of his spear with my sword, which was now coated in sword intent that sent the massive red armored figure zipping off the giant massive hand that held the previous banquet. But as I completed the blow using the sword, I intended to throw him off into the air. My eager smile died a bit as a massive storm of lightning burst from the librarian, with wings of bloody lightning forming behind him that held his form aloft in the air. Ah! You are a scary one. I deadpanned to myself with my lips twitching as I mustered my cultivation, and with a loud thrumming noise, I embraced my young flames, which coated my form alike to his lightning storm, along with my own wings of flames that made me look like a phoenix. The asshole librarian didn't say anything, he just slammed down towards me with his oversized spear coated in lightning and streams of what looked like blood. And I, in turn, concentrated my sword intent and young flames into a martial technique. 9 heavenly suns, I muttered as the great flames and sword intent congealed off my blade and formed 9 large suns that bore cutting flames that lanced everywhere with the sun's solar eruptions. All 9 miniature suns met the spear of lightning and the flames and suns exploded with the spear pushing through them with the concentrated power being on a single point, but as the librarian pushed through the explosions I was ready when his spear came close to my chest. I marshaled all my physical might and slashed at the end of the spear's blade on the handle of the spear, knocking it aside, and then using my wings to propel me forward. In that same motion I laid a punishing kick onto the Blood Angel Pysker, using a martial art kick that allowed it to do internal damage to a target. Black. The angel coughed loudly as blood shot from his mouth at the internal damage my kick caused. And as his eyes refocused on me and the lightning on the spear grew more powerful, I took a breath as I spoke strongly. I am going to beat you into becoming my best friend, Blood Angel. You are really strong, so we will keep fighting for many more years after this, I said happily, and his eyes twitched. Enough with this nonsense. I am not blind, this persona of yours isn't your true self. He drawled, and I paused and then nodded and replied with some regret. I mean kinda. I mean, I haven't found any strong humans like me, as even Grey Knights died under my flames. So besides powerful demons and Eldar, I haven't had much civilized without anyone I talked to, trying to kill me for existing, having secrets, stealing from them, or just general verbal heresy. I finished with a small snort at the number of beings who wanted me dead for the stuff I merely said. For a moment, the librarian paused in thought as to whether to continue the battle, as it was clear that I was something like a very powerful Pysker, at least in the higher rankings. But instead, I asked again. I asked 3 times now. But what name do you go by now? I asked frankly, and his black eyes snapped to mine, and there was a stare-off for a long couple of minutes before he finally spoke. Mephiston, Chief Librarian of the Blood Angels. What is your true name, Pysker? He finished gruffly. But now it was my turn to be shocked, as I could tell he wasn't using his full power, and it was a stark reminder that even though I wasn't on pre-March level yet, there were still plenty of named characters that were highly dangerous. "My name is Jake," I said simply, and Mephiston slowly nodded, and I realized his form was becoming illusory and was obviously returning to real space. But before he disappeared, his gruff voice reached me one last time. "Young Pysker. You have great power, but you are aimless. Help your fellow man in protecting the Imperium of Man." His voice boomed at the end, but I just cleared my ears from the stress his last psychic outcry was. And finally, wanting to get the last word in, I traced his soul's wavelength and threw my own spiritual message through the warp that would tickle his ears and very soul. "Xenasi has me acting unwise." I could feel the undulations through the very warp as Mephiston received the message and was clearly trying to claw his way back into the exact location, but his brutal attempt at re-entry only gained Slaanish's half-hearted view, who then threw the Blood Angel directly at the beginning of the circles of seduction to fuck with him. So, I got some good resources. Do I go to the depths and snag something truly great? I muttered as I wondered if I should continue my habit of dick-punching chaos gods by stealing their most valuable shit. I stole Nurgle's goddess. I stole Khorne's champion. Now, do I steal the crone sword of the Eldar that the Ennead needed to awaken their death god?